Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today our subject is accountancy. Our chapter is accounting ratios. We have divided this chapter in 6 parts, and right now we are discussing part 5. 4 parts we have already discussed in the previous videos. So under part 5 we will discuss activity or turnover ratios, right? In that we will discuss inventory turnover ratio, trade receivables turnover ratio, trade payable turnover ratio, net assets or capital employed turnover ratio, and under that net assets or capital employed turnover ratio we will discuss fixed assets turnover ratio and working capital turnover ratio, right? So first we would like to know what is activity or turnover ratio. We need to know 3 things. What does it mean? What it is? What is the relevance or significance? And how do we calculate it, right? So activity or turnover ratio, as the name itself suggests, it indicates the speed at which activities are performed in a business enterprise, right? Activity or turnover ratio, the name itself is self-explanatory. It indicates the speed at which activities of a business enterprise are performed. At what speed? Slow, medium, high, right? It also expresses number of times assets employed in a business are turned into sales during an accounting period. Activity turnover ratio or turnover ratio also implies, expresses, shows, demonstrates number of times assets employed in the business are turned into sales during the accounting period, right? Then higher turnover ratio, activity or turnover ratio, higher turnover ratio, it indicates that assets are being turned over into sales at a high speed. Means the efficiency of operations and the resultant profitability are expected to be high, right? Higher turnover means better utilization of resources available with the business enterprise. Resources available with the business enterprise are being utilized in an efficient way. It also shows improved efficiency and improved profitability, and these are known as efficiency ratios because this indicates how efficient a business enterprise is. The higher the ratio, the more efficient the organization is supposed to be, right? So now we go to inventory turnover ratio, the first one, right? Inventory turnover ratio it determines number of times inventory is converted into revenue from operations, right? Inventory turnover ratio determines the number of times, how many times the inventory is converted into revenue from operations. Suppose inventory is lying, it is there, but it is not being turned into revenue from operations, it doesn't result into sales, then it means the turnover is very, very low. Or if it is quickly turned into revenue from operations, it is said that the inventory turnover ratio is high. Efficiency of utilization of resources is very high, right? If inventory turnover ratio expresses relationship between cost of revenue from operations and average inventory levels, right? How do we get this ratio? We get it cost of revenue from operations upon average inventory, right? What is cost of revenue from operations? Revenue from operations is the cost of revenue from operations here. Here cost of revenue from operations is equal to revenue from operations. And what is average inventory? Average inventory is very simple. It is arithmetical average of opening and closing inventory, right? And inventory turnover ratio is also a good indicator of liquidity of the enterprise. Suppose there is an enterprise where the inventory turnover ratio is very low. It means the enterprise is not very liquid because money is stuck up in inventory and it's not being rotated, turned over into revenue or sales quickly. It is very slow to be turned into. So, inventory turnover ratio is a good indicator of liquidity of a business enterprise, right? Increased turnover or higher turnover is good for the enterprise, and lower turnover shows that they may have low quality inventory or expired inventory or useless inventory which cannot be put to fruitful use. So, a low ratio is a danger signal for any business enterprise. Why? It clearly shows that money is stuck up in inventory and it is not being rotated into sales, converted into revenue from operations quickly. It is stuck up. Money is stuck up here. So a high ratio is good. A low ratio is danger signal for the business enterprise. Now we will discuss the second ratio, and that is trade receivables turnover ratio. Trade receivables turnover ratio. Now what is this? Trade receivables, we know we have sold on credit and not got money as yet. Money is yet to come, right? Trade receivables turnover ratio, it expresses relationship between credit revenue from operations and trade receivables, right? Trade receivables turnover ratio, it expresses relationship between credit revenue from operations and trade receivables, and the ratio is arrived at net credit revenue from operations upon trade receivables, right? Upon average trade receivables, right? Trade receivables turnover ratio, net credit revenue from operations, net credit revenue from operations, credit revenue, because we are talking of receivables, divided by average trade receivables, right? So what are average trade receivables? It's very simple, arithmetical average. Opening debtors and bills receivable plus closing debtors and bills receivables divided by 2, right? So average, how do we know average trade receivables? It is opening, it is an arithmetical average opening debtors and bills, opening debtors and bills receivable plus closing debtors and bills receivable upon 2, right? Simple. Average trade receivables is equal to opening debtors and bills receivables plus closing debtors and bills receivables divided by 2. A high trade receivables turnover ratio, it shows speedy realization of receivables. A high trade receivables turnover ratio shows speedy collection of receivables, that we are able to collect receivables speedily. Liquidity position of a firm, business enterprise, depends very much on timely realization of receivables. Suppose I have got a very good business enterprise, I sell on credit, but I am not able to receive that money back in time. So what will happen? First of all, my liquidity will get affected. It will get harmed, affected. When liquidity gets affected, almost everything will get impacted, adversely impacted. So, the liquidity of a firm depends upon timely realization of receivables, right? And it shows number of times, trade receivables turnover ratio shows number of times receivables are converted into cash, right? Number of times receivables are converted into cash. Now we will go to the third ratio, that is trade payable ratio. Right now we saw trade receivable turnover ratio. Now we will see the opposite one, right? Trade payable turnover ratio. Trade payable it shows the pattern of payments made by the business enterprise. Trade payable turnover ratio. It indicates pattern of payment of trade payables. Pattern of payments of trade payables by the business enterprise. Whether they are paying in time, or they are paying before time, or they are paying with a delay, right? It shows the payment pattern, right? And trade payable turnover ratio shows the relationship between credit purchases and trade payable, average trade payable. What is the relationship? It shows the relationship between credit purchases made on credit, not in cash, purchases made on credit, and average trade payables, right? So the formula is like this: net credit purchases upon average trade payable. This is how we arrive at trade payable turnover ratio. Net credit purchases divided by average trade payable. And what is average trade payable? What is average trade payable? We have just now discussed about average trade receivables. So it is also in the same way. Opening credit and bills payable, opening creditors and bills payable plus closing creditors and bills payable divided by 2, arithmetical average, right? Average trade payable is equal to opening creditors and bills payable plus closing creditors and bills payable divided by 2, right? And this ratio reveals, what does it reveal? Average payment period. This ratio reveals average payment period. Lower ratio indicates that supplier has been extending longer term credit. Lower ratio indicates that the supplier has been extending longer run term credit, or the enterprise is delaying the payment. The enterprise is delaying the making of payments, right? Then we go to the next one, net assets or capital employed turnover ratio, right? We go to the fourth ratio, and that is net assets or capital employed turnover ratio. Okay, so what is net assets? In the last video we have discussed total assets minus current liabilities is equal to net assets. If we deduct current liabilities from total assets, we get net assets or capital employed in the business, right? So net assets or capital employed ratio, employed turnover ratio. So what it is? It reflects relationship, this one reflects relationship between revenue from operations and net assets or capital employed. Revenue from operations and net assets or capital employed. So it goes like this: revenue from operations upon net assets or capital employed, right? Net assets or capital employed turnover ratio is equal to revenue from operations divided by net assets or capital employed, right? So a higher turnover means, here higher turnover means better activity and profitability. A higher net assets or capital employed turnover ratio means, what does it mean? Better activity, that the activity of the enterprise is better and profitability is high, right? So under this we discuss two more ratios. One is fixed assets turnover ratio. Fixed assets turnover ratio. What does it indicate? It indicates, what does it indicate? It indicates the ratio of net revenue from operations, net revenue from operations divided by net fixed assets. Fixed assets turnover ratio, it is a ratio of net revenue from operations and net fixed assets. What does it indicate? It indicates that a higher turnover is good for, it is a good sign. a higher turnover is a good sign, indicating efficient utilization of resources and higher liquidity and profitability, because resources are being used in a more efficient way, a higher ratio. And B is working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio, net revenue from operations upon working capital. Net revenue from operations upon working capital, right? So this ratio also, a higher turnover is a good sign for the business enterprise, and it shows efficient utilization of resources, and it also indicates higher liquidity and profitability, right? So we will take 2-3 minutes and sum it up, right? Under this subject accountancy, we have taken up accounting ratios, and we have discussed today part 5 of 6. And in this we have focused on only one thing, activity or turnover ratio. Activity or turnover ratio, it indicates the speed at which activities of the particular business are performed, right? It expresses number of times, how many times assets of the business enterprise are employed, which are employed in the business enterprise, are turned into sales during a particular accounting period, say 1 year, 1 financial year, right? Higher turnover means that better utilization of resources of the firm is there, better utilization. Lower turnover means that better utilization is not there, right? Underutilization or misutilization of resources is there, which are available to the firm, right? Higher turnover ratio shows improved efficiency and improved profitability of that business enterprise, and these ratios are known as efficiency ratios because they indicate how efficient a business enterprise is, right? So first one is inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio determines number of times inventory is converted into revenue from operations. Suppose inventory is lying idle, then it's bad for the enterprise because money is invested but it is not getting turned into revenue, right? It is lying idle, resources are lying idle. So it shows the relationship between cost of revenue from operations and average inventory, and the formula is for inventory turnover ratio, cost of revenue from operations divided by average inventory. And how do we get at average inventory? Arithmetical average of opening and closing inventory, right? Inventory turnover ratio is also a very good indicator of liquidity of the business enterprise, right? Higher the ratio, better is the liquidity of the business enterprise. Lower the ratio, very bad is the efficiency of the business enterprise, right? And higher turnover is good for business, lower turnover is a danger signal for the business enterprise. Now we go to trade receivables turnover ratio. Trade receivables turnover ratio expresses the relation between credit revenue from operations and average trade receivables. So credit revenue from operations divided by average trade receivables is the trade receivables turnover ratio. What is average trade receivables? It's once again arithmetical average, opening debtors and bills receivable plus closing debtors and bills receivable divided by 2. A higher ratio indicates speedy collection of receivables and is good for the company, good for the liquidity of the company, right? Liquidity position of a business enterprise depends upon how quickly trade receivables are converted into cash, realized, right? The more delay is there in realization, the more the business enterprise comes into liquidity difficulties, right? It shows the number of times receivables are converted into cash. Third one is trade payable turnover ratio. It indicates pattern of payment of creditors, trade payables. Pattern of payment of trade payables. It shows relation between credit purchases and average trade payable. So the ratio can be written as net credit purchases divided by average trade payables. And how do we get average trade payables? Like average trade receivables, right? Opening creditors and bills payable plus closing creditors and bills payable divided by 2, right? It reveals average payment period, right? Lower ratio, lower trade payables turnover ratio may indicate that the supplier is extending credit for longer term or the buyer is delaying the payment. Buyer is delaying the payment, right? It also reveals average lower ratio means credit is extended by the supplier for a long period or the buyer is delaying payment, right? Fourth one is net assets or capital employed ratio. We have already seen what is net assets. Total assets minus current liabilities is equal to net assets. Net assets or capital employed turnover ratio. It reflects relationship between revenue from operations and net assets or capital employed, right, in business. And the formula is revenue from operations divided by capital employed on net assets. Under this we discussed two more formulas, fixed assets turnover ratio and working capital turnover ratio. So what is fixed assets turnover ratio? Net revenue from operations divided by net fixed assets. Net revenue from operations divided by net fixed assets, right? And a higher turnover is good for the business and indicates higher liquidity and higher profitability, higher efficiency, right? Then working capital turnover ratio, it is measured as net revenue from operations divided by working capital. Net revenue operations divided by working capital. Here also higher turnover ratio indicates, what does it indicate? It's a good sign for the business enterprise. It shows efficient utilization of resources at the disposal of the business enterprise, and it also results in higher profitability and liquidity for the business, right? So these are the things we wanted to discuss under activity or turnover ratio. Activity or turnover ratio, as the name itself suggests, they indicate speed at which activities of the business enterprise are performed, and they express number of times assets or capital employed in the business is turned over, the number of times it is turned over into sales during a particular accounting period. Higher ratios mean it is good for the company, good for their liquidity, profitability, efficiency, and lower turnover, activity or turnover ratios mean that it is not good for the business enterprise, not good for their liquidity, not good for their profitability, right? So I hope you found it easy to understand. In case of any difficulty, you may please approach me on my email ID, which will be there at the thumbnail to the video. Thank you very much.